Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel once again. The subscriber count and the view count in the last two videos has been absolutely mental, so thank you all so much. I've gone from, I think it was 87 subscribers 2 weeks ago. I think I'm on 130 now, is it? 131, 132? So it's just crazy, so thank you so much. I think my last two videos, the Notts County one, congratulations on getting promoted. Absolutely buzzing that you got promoted. Is approaching 1,000, and the Derby County one is approaching 2,000 views. I never thought I'd get anywhere near that, so thank you so much. But we'll crack on with some more videos. Today's video, it's an interesting topic that I'm going to talk about today. Leicester City, Premier League winners in the last 10 years, FA Cup winners 2 years ago. A team who have been seen to get your words out. A team who are seen by many to do things the right way. Have got owners who care, and their recruitment is correct. Their managerial appointments are correct. Their playing style is admired, and it all seems to have gone really, really wrong. Now, in case you didn't know, Leicester City are currently 19th in the Premier League after 36 games of a Premier League season, 30 points from 36 games. They're 2 points adrift of Everton in 17th, and like I say, they've got 2 games to go. Now, it's a season that started off poorly, saw very little investment in the squad, for reasons I'm not entirely sure about, but it looks as if the owners just stopped putting money into the club. Brendan Rodgers obviously vented his frustration at that in the last, before he got sacked, but we'll get on to that. And they started the season very poorly, and they've never been able to recover from it, which is very, very strange to see. Like I say, a team who have got admirers everywhere, all over Europe. They were in a Champions League and all sorts, weren't they? And it just seems to have gone a little bit wrong for them. Now, on the 10th of April, obviously Brendan Rodgers was sacked a few days before, and they appointed ex-Aston Villa and Norwich City boss Dean Smith on a contract until the end of the season to be their manager. That was not the first thing, but that raised a lot of eyebrows because Dean Smith obviously was released by Norwich City, a league below the Premier League. Couldn't get Norwich City promoted at the first time of asking and was let go. So why did Leicester make that decision to bring him in with 8 games to go? That was the first thing that made me wonder, I wonder what they're doing here. The owners have made a few strange decisions recently. Obviously, they strengthened in January. They signed the defender Suter, the left back Christensen. I think he's a Danish or Swedish left back. Tete, the Brazilian winger. So they did strengthen in areas that they needed to, but I unfortunately think it's too late. I really do think that Leicester are going to get relegated this season. They're coming off the back of some heavy defeats recently, including, shipping 5 away to Fulham. Yeah, okay, they rallied in the second half, but the way Dean Smith set them up in that first half was absolutely shocking. Obviously, Liverpool beat them the other night. Okay, you could argue that's maybe a free hit, that Liverpool game, but they drew at home to Everton as well, which was an absolutely massive game that they needed to win. And it looks as if they might get relegated. Now, okay, relegation is Armageddon for most teams, but you would think that for a team the size of Leicester, who have been relegated recently, let's not forget, they haven't been in the Premier League for too long before they won the Premier League, which was even crazy. I think, what was it, they got promoted 2013-14, I think it was. Under Nigel Pearson, and obviously they went from strength to strength, somehow won the Premier League, which was just an incredible achievement. But it all seems to have gone really flat since that FA Cup win, and since Brendan Rodgers has not seen the investment that he hoped. They haven't replaced key players at crucial times. Now, you could argue that they've never truly replaced N'Golo Kante. They've never really replaced Mahrez. The two at the back, Robert Huth, and Christian Fuchs and players like that, Kasper Schmeichel, they didn't replace. They've lost a lot of very, very big characters in that dressing room, and Jamie Vardy as well. Arguably Leicester's greatest player. They haven't replaced these guys, and they're now paying for it big time. But the one thing I wanted to talk about as well is the contract situation for the players that are currently at the club. I'm going to put on screen now the contracts of players that are due to expire this summer. So we'll just go through a few of them. Obviously, you've got Yuri Tielemans there, which, you know, he was one of the leading midfielders in the Premier League, which was, you know, he was brilliant for seasons. Obviously, scored the winner in an FA Cup final. He's out of contract this summer. You've got Tete, the Brazilian winger, but he's on loan with a view to buy. So you would imagine if they get relegated, he probably won't sign up. Daniel Amate, the centre-half, is out of contract. Kagla Soyuncu has already agreed a move to Atletico Madrid, arguably their best centre-half. Papi Mendy, Johnny Evans, both out of contract. Johnny Evans especially has been a fantastic player for them. Okay, he's been injured and he's showing, you know, signs of getting really old now, but he's still crucial experience in that back line. And then let's fast forward to players whose contracts are expiring next season as well. These are very, very worrying signs. I'll just go through these. James Maddison, the best player at the club, you know, valued at £55-60 million. He's out of contract in 2024. Wilfred Ndidi, one of the Premier League's best defensive midfielders, out of contract. Kelechi Iheanacho, one of the strikers that was hoping to replace Jamie Vardy's goals, he's out of contract. Luke Thomas, very promising left back. Dennis Pratt, attacking midfielder. Jamie Vardy, of course, he's getting on now. He's out of contract as well. And Yannick Vestergaard, who's a centre-half who, okay, has been disappointing. But again, it's another player with Premier League experience that isn't going to be at the club. So you've got, the club arguably getting relegated and missing out financially on so much money that, okay, they'll get parachute payments. But the amount of bodies and the experience and the talent that they're going to lose out of that squad as well, that they're going to need to replace, is very, it's going to leave a huge hole in that squad. And if I was a Leicester fan, I'd be demanding answers as to what exactly the medium to long-term vision is at that club at the moment, because there's a lot to be worried about. And Leicester are they're a proud club. They're not one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, but they've done more than enough to warrant being there in the last few years. And it just seems to, I don't know, without I'm not trying to belittle Leicester or anything like that, but they seem to be going out of the Premier League with a whimper at the moment. And it's such a shame because, like I say, with the player contracts and stuff like that, you have to hope that the recruitment team there and the director of football, or the sporting director, or whatever setup they have, are prepared for this. You know, if they do stay up, okay, renew some of them contracts. But if they don't, they're going to lose players like Maddison and Ndidi, and it's very, very hard to replace that quality. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Let me know what your thoughts are. And let's see what happens in the relegation running in the next few weeks, because I can't see them getting out of it. I think that they've hit a really poor run of form at the wrong point in the season. They're shipping a lot of goals. So, Leicester fans, please get in touch. Thanks again, all of you, for your support. I really appreciate it. I know I keep going on about it, but it's brilliant. So, thanks so much. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on my social media. And until next time, I'll see you later. Take care. Thanks again. Bye, guys.